They say there's plenty talk about the Watchers, and not just as overlords in mythology, but as guardians that survey the entire populace through their technology, phones, TV, and anything else, uh, street lamps, and everything else. They say that all the technology that is in place is capable of 24-hour watch. Now, you ask yourself this on a sovereign solar level: are you proud of all that you do in private? Because if this is true, then you look at like how things such as gematria coding being synced up to point out basically every event of your life, and all kinds of coding and stuff that pertains to only you, that only you would know. You can sync these two things up and say, you know what, you can either be watched, and if this is true, then your path can be not only watched and recorded, but can be predicted, programmed, and eventually manipulated. So there you have the control mechanisms that can take place even from the outside, just by purpose of spying. And then you do have spy magicians. So how do you protect yourself then if this is the case? Again, the inner work is what's going to do it. Because if you're a person who's really not up to anything bad, uh, your camera may very well be cut off, because you probably will not be considered that particular kind of target. Now, if you're out here with a cause, but not necessarily trying to take anyone down, then you may not find yourself watched as much. You'll find yourself being watched, maybe even spoken to by the ones that target you. There may even be like some semblance of camaraderie and respect there, because you might be being watched for a totally different reason. They may be planning to weaponize you for a higher cause, while others, they're probably in the process of being, eliminated. And you can see this playing out in social media with a lot of different people's channels being shut down for particular things they talk about, etc. And this is all part of the same program. You got to understand who AI is and where AI is. It was a place recorded in the Old Testament that Joshua had to conquer. Now, one of my gematrias is Nun, and they call Joshua the son of Nun. You see that? So my role on the AI is not like a takedown or anything like that, but I can find my footing in it if I go into it with the Joshua energy, which is conquest, because you're dealing with oversaturation at this point. And so you have to grind 3 times as hard to oversaturate the oversaturators, because there's going to be a rent out. And with attention spans getting shorter and shorter, techniques that worked 10 years ago to get people's attention doesn't apply now. You have to come right out the gate with whatever you're about, to the point where you're really competing with mostly shock material. So what you have to come out with is pretty exceptional. So again, this is Super T Sigma of Sigma Programming. If you're governing yourself, that's just like watching the watchers who watch those who watch you. Peace.